Pikeville comes in as the top-ranked team. They're currently tied as the top-ranked team along with Columbia International. Both teams sitting at 5-1 in the conference standings. Their only loss in the conference was against Union to start the year, 84-81. On the other side, it's Tennessee Wesleyan that is 2-4 inside conference play, find themselves in tie for 9th place. They were in next to last place earlier this week, but luckily picked up a win against St. Andrews here at home, and St. Andrews at the bottom of the thing, at the bottom of the standing, so it's kind of hard to say that that was really a convincing win per se, but one that the Bulldogs maybe tried. Anytime you can come off a win into a big game is better than coming off a loss into a big game, I would say, Coach.
Oh, absolutely. You've got to develop some momentum at some point. And we had lost some tough games. The CIU game here that we lost in the last 5 minutes was a tough loss. Yeah, we needed to get a little bit of confidence, get back on the winning ways. And for me anyway, I haven't talked to Coach Stone about it. Looked to me like we found some new weapons. I thought we had some people come off the bench and play really well for us the other night that he may be looking forward to contribute just a little bit more for us.
I know one highlight he talked about in that St. Andrews game was sharing the ball. They had 20 assists, I believe, on 28 made shots, which is something they had not even come close to doing in several of their games. In fact, 20 assists is by far their most. They had 18 against Johnson, which was a loss, but they assisted on 20 of 28 made shots, which is always key for coaches to see, sharing the ball and finding the right guy at the right time.
Well, if you're going to offense the ball well, you're going to have to get everybody involved.
And we got to talk to Jay Reed halftime of the women's game, part of this men's team. He will get another start tonight. He's going to start in all 8 games he has seen, a transfer from Fisk. And he talked about it. There's not one player that leads them outright in scoring. If you look, all of their starters for Wesleyan are 7.4 or above, or 7.3 or above averages. And so they share it well, which sometimes can hurt you, but also it means that defense can't focus in on one player only.
That's right. You've got a very narrow spread of points per game, but you've got all 5 really bunched together between 7.3 and 8.9. You got some people coming off the bench with some decent numbers as well. At McPherson at 7.4. So the scoring is pretty spread out. I think you'd like to score a little bit more, but it is spread out. You can't key in on one person to try to take away that way.
On the other side for Pikeville, Ty Compton is in his 4th season there as the head coach. They are 3-0 on their home floor. They're 2-1 on the road. Again, they lost to Union 84-81, and those are the preseason 1 and 2 teams. And so Pikeville finds themselves, they've always kind of been a strong NAIA basketball team, back to the conversation of having 2 divisions and played in the upper division, and were very successful at that level. And a little, for local fans, a little connection there is the head basketball coach at McMinn County, Randy Casey, who's in attendance over there. He coached a little while for U-Pike before he came to Believe Prep Academy in town, and so he's got connections there as well. But he's also got Ty Runyon, the former player for a year at McMinn County High School, is playing for the Bulldogs here. And it's good to see Ty back in the lineup. Tragic loss of his grandmother this week, and he missed the game against St. Andrews, but it's good to have Ty back in there because he's come off the bench in a good way for Coach Raystone in some ball games and can control the offense for him. But U-Pike comes in. They, like the women, have 4 players that can average double figures, although we would have thought all 4 of them started. Number 2, Corbin Spencer, will not start according to the lineup I was given. He's their leading scorer, 15.7 points per game. And then it's Isaac Standback, who's got 15.1. And then their guard averages 13.1 a game. So Pikeville can score the ball very well. They average 79.8 points per game. Tennessee Wesleyan averaging 69.4. They are getting outscored by 5, where Pikeville outscores their opponents by about 9.5 per game. Wesleyan, though, is coming off of a really good game where they shot their second, one of their best games. If they can get in the 40s, it's the key to shooting well. But from behind the arc, they shot their second best game. That was 42.9 against St. Andrews, 9 of 21 on that one. Free throw line has been hit or miss with them. They're average 7.1. but that is one place that they do hold an advantage over Pikeville. Pikeville only averages 59.9 shooting as a team, which does not seem that would please too many coaches.
No, not at all.
When you're shooting sub 60 in free throw percentage. But nonetheless, they do average about 35 rebounds per game compared to the 36.6 by Tennessee Wesleyan. Looking at them out here on the court, both teams very athletic. I'll be honest, Pikeville, U-Pike, looking at them, not as tall as I thought they would have been, like a Union team normally is when they come down from Kentucky. Union's usually got some big athletic guys, but there's a couple of them out there. The Wesleyan's got Kobe Pride, that's a big presence inside. And another guy, Emmanuel Ndabi, he has played very well coming off the bench the last couple of games and really shined against St. Andrews being a presence inside. So we will see if they can handle that here this afternoon. Again, the last game for the Bulldogs here at home before January rolls around. But, of course, like the women, they'll travel to Union on the 6th. And then they will also play Kentucky Christian on the 9th before they play UTC and Carson Newman later on in December, which has turned into some traditional NAIA exhibition matchups, paycheck games. They get to go and collect a check. But it was also Tennessee Wesleyan and Carson Newman for a long time in history playing against each other in old conference days. Very much so. And so that is good to see them always get that back on the schedule. And then, of course, Milligan will be their first game on January 6th. That's a Saturday afternoon here at Tennessee Wesleyan. We'll have that broadcast for you as well coming up. And appreciate it, as always, Hall of Famer. I can say that because your banner's hanging across the gym. You're in more than one Hall of Fame, but the NAIA Hall of Famer, Coach Stan Harrison, being by our side once again this year at home games, and might even get to go on the road with us some, depends on which ones Matt Harper wants to bow out of. So we'll see what happens with that. But as he does the PA announcing here at home games now, so he's giving us the back seat, I guess you could say. But Tennessee Wesleyan 2-5 overall. U-Pike comes in 6-2 overall. I expect a good physical game coming up. And we will be back with starting lineups in 60 seconds. Back in 60 seconds. As we get set for the starting lineups, the Bears, we'll look at their starters first under Ty Compton, assisted by Evan Faulkner, Sid Chris, Charlie Cox, and Isaiah Saylor. They are the preseason second team and currently in first. They will start number 1, Bradley Bunch, 6'6" sophomore forward from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Number 4, Keontae Thomas, a 6-foot junior guard from Bolingbrook, Illinois. Number 5, 6'5" senior guard Jeremy Dillon from Mingo, West Virginia. Number 99, 6'5" senior forward Isaac Standback, Chicago, Illinois native. And 0, Key-In Warwick's 5'7" sophomore guard from Pikeville, Kentucky, right there in the hometown. On the other side for Ray Stone, his 6th season as head coach, longtime assistant under Mike Poe. Darian Jones in his first season as the assistant. They will start number 4, our guest of honor at halftime, Jay Reed, 6'5" junior guard / forward from Birmingham, Alabama. Number 13, Amari Young. He is the 6-foot junior guard from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. 22 is 6'6" freshman guard / forward Keyshawn McPherson from Powder Springs, Georgia. And then the big man inside, 24, 6'9", junior center, Kobe Pride from Unionville, Tennessee. And then number 30, Ty Hurst. He's a 6'5" junior guard / forward from Knoxville, Tennessee. So that's been their lineup throughout all of the season thus far, the first 7 games. So no doubt, didn't expect any changes in that yet. But they've got a deep bench. He's got a lot of talent, does Ray Stone. And one of those that will be a key to see if the game he had against St. Andrews helps him out. Stratton Lavorne also from Shelbyville, but played at Community High School. He was pretty impressive the other night against
I really liked his game
St.
the other
Andrews.
night. Yeah.
Very physical, played inside, could shoot it from outside as well. Averages 60% from outside the arc.
Made
so
3
we'll
big
see.
threes in that game, I thought.
Wesleyan will be moving from our left to our right, and they will wear their gray uniforms, blue numerals trimmed in white. U-Pike, all black jerseys, white numerals trimmed in their reddish-orange color as we get set for the tip-off here. And the tip goes to U-Pike, and that's who will start it as they bring it up the floor. It's going to be Warwick's with it. They bounce it over to Standback. Now on the outside, Bunch with it, gets it back out to Thomas. Thomas gets into the lane, looking for help, gets it out to Standback. Standback drives right side of the lane, goes up strong, and he'll score first for U-Pike. Just took that off the dribble from the top. Bigger presence, body frame-wise, but it's going to be Amari Young with it on the right wing for Tennessee Wesleyan. Here's Standback with a steal right in front of McPherson. Goes all the way in. Layup is good, back-to-back buckets there.
It's an interesting basketball number.
You usually don't see that unless it's a reserve or somebody that just random. I guess he wanted 99 or something.
You just don't see 99. Used to be illegal.
So he is wearing the 99, and then it's number 4 over there, and Thomas guarding Ty Hurst. Hurst comes across the lane. Nice little floater across the lane. Almost a baby kind of running hook shot in a way, but
I'd like to see him get started. He's had some trouble getting started the last few games. I'd like to see him get involved a little more.
He switches off defensively here. Now Standback trying to answer with all their points. Amari Young skies for the rebound for the Bulldogs. Young quickly up the floor into the near corner. It goes to Pride. He'll kick it back out to Young. Wesleyan looking around, trying to find something. Young wanting to get it down to Jay Reed. Battle of the fours in the low block. Lob into Reed. Backside help there from Warwicks. Gets the turnover. He'll push it up the right side.
He's got some hops.
Yes, he
got
does.
up.
Now Standback goes driving in. A lot of contact. He'll hit the deck, but the Bulldogs get the loose rebound. McPherson, kick out to Reed. Back to McPherson, far corner. McPherson back to Reed. They just play pass and catch. Now Pride wanting the lob. Pride brings it down. Reverse layup without the dribble is good, and we're tied up at 4 apiece.
Wasn't sure about bringing it down, but he got away with it.
He did. Uses the long length to get across the lane. Here's Warwicks, passes it off there to Bunch. Bunch gets free, kicks it over to Thomas. He'll go baseline. There's Dillon. That's the first time Dillon's touched the ball. He's got it back in the corner. Top of the key. That's going to be Bunch for 3. Missed it. Rebound to Young for his second board.
I was hoping they'd reverse it on down the corner because 4 was clearly standing out of bounds.
Offensive foul here. I'm going to call Kobe Pride with that one. So Pride's going to pick up his first, team first. And yeah, I agree with you, Coach. If they got to get used to this gym. First time they've made the trip here. They've played back. You got to go back to 2013. Pikeville did win that one up there at their place. But not a typical opponent. Standback going to try to be physical. No call there. Coaching staff all throwing the arms up.
Strong move to the basket. No finish.
Hurst pulls the 3 short off the rim.
Not a good shot. Way too quick and contested.
So Standback has definitely controlled the ball more than I would have expected, but 15.1 points a game along with 7.9 rebounds leads the team. They want everything to go through him. Warwicks goes up, draws the foul here against Jay Reed. That'll be 2 shots coming. His first. So Warwick's will step to the line, 64% shooter from right there in Pikeville, Kentucky. First free throw is good, breaks the tie. They're up 5-4. .34 to play in the first half. And he converts both of them. 2-point game. Young across the Bulldog logo at midcourt. Comes right side to McPherson on the pass. McPherson looking for somebody. Now he'll put it on the floor, gets into the lane. Gets out to Reed. Shot clock down to 11. Young with it, gets it over to McPherson. Fakes the pass, he'll pull the three. In it goes. Wesleyan in front for the first time tonight. Here's Warwick's quickly coming down the lane. Or down the right side. Now they'll move it around the horn. Dillon takes a three from the near side.
Quick
answers
answer.
right back.
Yep.
I don't know that I've seen him outside of that corner yet on a play. He is set in that near corner.
It's almost like Coach told him to go stand in the corner.
Yeah. He knocks down that three. Here's Reed with it. Comes right wing. Young lobs it into the low block. Pride. One dribble. Running hook shot. Missed it. Hurst offensive board. Trying to find some help. Poked away. Shot clock never reset. Now McPherson hits it off the rim. Miss here. Dillon gets the rebound. In transition, it's going to be Thomas. He'll kick it out. Warwick pulls the three. Reed skies for the rebound. Clears out to his point guard and Young.
Like Coach Stone was questioning why there was not a reset.
Yep. Young loses the handle. He's getting harassed inside. Double team, stand back, jump ball. It will keep it with Tennessee Wesleyan on this end. Very physical on these two teams, and you kind of expect that anytime you see a team like U-Pike or Union come to town, Milligan, very physical games. Young to key it in. Reed catches the lob from about 18 feet, is good. Jay Reed knocks this game back up. We're at 9 apiece.
Defender chose not to step up. He knocked down the jumper.
Had plenty of distance between him and that defender. It's Warwick's left side, gets a screen, stand back. Now they work it around to the far side to Thomas. Thomas looking for some help. It's Dillon with it. Over the shoulder pass into stand back. Stand back
nice
goes
quick
reverse
move.
layup.
Very nice quick move along the baseline with a reverse layup for a finish. That was impressive.
Beat Pride off the dribble right there. This is a big man that can handle the ball. Here's Hurst.
Really quick first step.
Wesleyan has it far wing. Hurst with it now near side. Looking to make a move between the legs. Now he'll pass it back to Young over to Reed. Reed pump fake and spins down the left side of the lane. He'll draw the contact on the shot, but that one's going to be on number 5, Jeremy Dillon. His first, team first. Coach Compton asking for that explanation right there as Jay Reed will step to the line. This is one area he told us at halftime of the women's game. He went back to an old routine because he has been struggling at the line at the advice of his mother, and it worked better. But he does miss the first one there. Second one misses off the back rim, trying to get his own rebound, but Warwick gets it. Here's Thomas. Finds Dillon in the near corner. Three-pointer for Dillon off the back iron. Hurst tips it out. Chased down there, though, by Bunch. Bears will keep possession. Warwick's trying to eye up Young. Now baseline drive by Thomas. McPherson goes up with him, and there's the whistle on the foul. So it'll be 2 shots coming here for Thomas. This one's going to be the first on McPherson. So Keontae Thomas, 58% shooter on the season, steps up. Gets the first one to bounce over and in. 12. To 9 the score. Second one is good, so 4-point lead, largest of the game. Wesleyan has it in the front court. Hurst has it far side, gets around the screen for McPherson. Had McPherson open behind him, now down to Pride on the lob. Pride blocked on the way up. Stand
Good
back comes
defensive
down.
team. They put a lot of pressure on the ball. Very aggressive, very quick.
They got Keenan Cutlip in, number 14, and Wesleyan's going to get their first sub in, number 20. It's going to be Peyton West, the 6-foot junior guard from Cookeville, Tennessee.
McPherson out.
So 22 will sit down, and Young brings it up the floor, trailing by 4. Top of the key, West. No look pass out to Hurst. He'll pull the 3. Hurst just knocked it down from the far corner. 1-point game. Now inside take by Thomas. He'll draw the foul. Trying to take it all the way to the rim, and this one's going to be on Ty Hurst, his first, team 4th.
It's really going to be a difficult shot to convert. We bailed him out with the foul. He's a little out of control.
Yep. Kind of turning awkwardly and just flipping it up behind his head. He does make the first free throw. 14-12. Well, I have to say, this is one of the biggest coaching staffs I've seen in the conference. Got at least 3 or 4 guys down there, some student grad assistants. Thomas makes both of them.
It's not 5. Almost as many as they've got substitutes.
3-point game, 15-12. Hurst pulls up from just inside the free throw line and rolls off the rim to the right.
Nice look, just couldn't convert.
U-Pike quickly trying to move it around. Thomas, guarded by West, gets stripped on the way up. That one's out of bounds off of Wesleyan, they say. So Bears will maintain it underneath. Thomas to key it in.
I thought Peyton got a hand on it as he went up.
Here's Warwick's. A little head fake now. He'll dribble and dish. 3-pointer airballed over the rim. There by Cutlip. Here comes Young. Young trying to get all the way in. Drops it back to Emmanuel Ndambi, and the finger roll is good.
I thought he was going to miss that, Jim.
I did too. It looked a little touchy. Emmanuel playing in already as they get a substitution, and the big man, Elijah Tumba, will check in from Congo. Wesleyan will get 15 Zaylen Callahan into the game. He's a 6'1" sophomore guard from Powder Springs, Georgia, along with Stratton Lavorne, as we mentioned, number 34. He's 6'6" sophomore guard. It's going to be Callahan that picks up Warwick's. Lavorne out there. Now they force the pass around. Near corner it comes to Thomas. Bunch with it. Bunch looking to get it up. Shot clock down to 3. Bunch, turn around, fade away from 15 feet is good. I'll be honest, I don't know that he was looking to take that shot.
No, but it was a nice one.
It knocks it down.
Nice looking form, nice looking release.
Callahan to Reed, near side. Reed drives inside and dishes it out to West. Corner 3 for Peyton West, bounces up and over. Boxed out there by Cutlip against Lavorne, gives the Bears the ball, and then a 3 by Bunch as they come down.
Good looking shooter.
And so they've pushed it to a 6-point game. 11 minutes to play here in the first half. West controls it from the circles. Goes left side to Lavorne and just threw it ahead of him, couldn't get out there to it. Substitution as Carradine Hardrick will check in for the Bulldogs, number 2. He's a 6'5" guard from Deltona, Florida. U-Pike will get Connor Lane, number 3, into the ball game, along with Stanback and Dillon coming back in. Warwick's with it up front. Callahan applies deep pressure, forcing him near that midcourt line. Warwick's quick handles, bounces it out to his guard on the far side. Cutlip drives inside and gets something to go. 22-14. The score, U-Pike in front. 8-point advantage.
A dry spell here. We need a basket.
Here's Ndombi inside. Goes up off the pump fake to the right. It's good. Nice little feed from Lavorne inside. Got him free.
A little high-low action there. I like it.
Lavorne's got some wingspan as well as being listed at 6'6". That helps him out. Throw it over those defenders. Warwicks kicks it near corner. That's going to be Lane. They work it around the baseline now out front. Inside, stand back goes up. Late whistle on the shot. And he'll get 2 free throws. Wesleyan at 5 team fouls. Daniel Ndombi gets at that one.
It's a new way of officiating. I'm not sure I like it.
I've noticed
you
it's
bringing criticism in. They want to see if it's going to go or not. They're looking for advantage, disadvantage, where the basket goes. And if it's a foul, it's a foul. Blow the whistle.
stand back, waiting on the ball. He wasn't looking. They wave off the shot here. He had the ball. Darius Rozier coming into the game. Number 23. He's the 6'5" senior center, originally from Detroit, Michigan. Stand back makes that one. So it's 23-16. Wesleyan has it. Rozier, top of the key, little pump fake, now trying to drive. One dribble, pass deflected. Lavorne able to get it. Looking for help. Now it's over to West. West reverse goes underneath on the no-look pass, trying to get it to Rozier, and his little hook shot in the lane is no good.
Never got the handle. A nice pass, nice penetration, nice kick by Peyton, but Rozier never got a good handle of it.
Physical inside, Rozier trying to get it. Got the rebound, timeout called by Wesleyan, so they can keep possession right there. And so with timeout on the court, it's 23-16, U-Pike in front. We'll be back in 30 seconds. WJSQ, WLAR, Athens, Tennessee. Jared Wright, Coach Stan Harrison here. We'll say the upper deck of James L. Robb Gymnasium, back row of the bleachers, behind the scorer's table, but love the atmosphere of watching games here. Low crowd, of course, right here at finals time, student section has dispersed, and most of them are finished up or trying to finish up finals, so Wesleyan on the offensive end. Rozier has it, gets it over to West. West into the lane. Up and under, lay in, rolls off to the left side. Rozier, no, Hardrick gets the offensive board. He goes up, his putback no good. Dillon gets the defensive board for the Bears. And they'll clear it out.
Two good looks there.
Cutlip has it.
I thought West was going down.
That's
Hardwick just too hard off the glass.
Yep. Warwicks. Top of the key, now Dillon left open for three. Caroms off the rim into the hands of Peyton West. He'll push it far side of the floor. Finds Callahan. Callahan looking, gets it back up to West. Near side, it comes to Lavorne in the corner. Three-pointer, too strong. Warwicks went flying. Here's Callahan for three off the second chance. Missed
I didn't see it. I don't know if Peyton West helped him go flying.
I think he just overplayed it, but it was hard to tell. Either way, Standback has it up top of the key. Cutlip around a screen on the handoff. And Standback goes in, draws the foul.
Nice pick and roll action from the top of the key.
And that's the 6th team foul on Tennessee Wesleyan.
7.
7th.
And 7-1 on fouls. They are very aggressive, very quick getting the ball toward the goal. And we've not done a real good job taking it away.
Rozier picks up his first. Free throw missed. Only and one opportunity. Here's Callahan, gets a quick outlet up the floor. And there's the late whistle we talked about. But Wesleyan benefits from this one. Dillon's going to pick up his second foul. And that's going to be a 2-shot foul for Zaylen Callahan.
We may have to hack a shack on Standback. He's 20 of 40 for the year at the free throw line.
Hey.
May be the best strategy on him, just foul him.
Callahan at the line. Wesleyan could not get off this 16-point mark, 25-16. Callahan back at the stripe for the second free throw. That one does rattle in and then off the glass as well. But Wesleyan will get I believe a wholesale change, starting five back out there.
Back in, yes.
7:41. So it's Warwick's bringing it up the floor. 8-point game. Left side, Cutlip. Now little Warwick, Standback, trying to post up down there with Pride. Back to the basket. Spin move to the right. Pride throws it back to him. Standback gets it. They're going to get either a foul or a travel.
You're going to get a foul.
They called it. They called that on Reed.
Reed, yeah.
Yep. One-on-one opportunity. I was watching more of how Pride and Standback had it hooked in together. LaShawn Jones will check in for the Bulldogs, and the other lone senior. There's two seniors on this team. He's a 6'3" senior guard from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Standback. Philosophy might pay off right there, Coach. Send him to the stripe. Here's Young into the lane, fighting through all of it, trying to get the left-handed hook to go, and it does. 25-19. 7:02 to play in the first half. 6-point game. Here's Bunch. Look, I agree. Looked like he took off early. Misses the little running layup. Hurst in transition. Spins. Pulls up just inside the free throw line and knocks down the floater. 4-point game. 25-21. Number 4, Thomas with it for U Pike. They move it out to Standback. Standback spins. Pride right there with him, and there's not much else they can do.
Hope we've got a lot of fouls to give.
Yep. Gonna have to use everybody in the Bulldog gray today. Cleaning up some moisture on the floor there.
It's clear that he's going to very aggressively take the ball to the go.
Yeah. Enforcer for sure.
He's quick, he's strong, and you've got to be able to hopefully stay between him and the basket and not foul, but
he makes the first one.
I'm worried more about the fouls totaling up than I am his free throw shooting.
Yep. 9 fouls already for Tennessee Wesleyan. 6:27 to go here in the first half. Second free throw no good. Jones skies for the rebound. Jones is going to bring it up the floor. Feed into McPherson, loses the handle, turned it over, Standback with it. Lob up to Warwicks. Warwicks goes up against Young, and one opportunity coming there. Young fouled him, but didn't force him to miss the shot. And so Young's going to pick up his first, team 10th. Pride will check out, West will come in.
We're small now.
Definitely was not the big man exchange there. Got to think McPherson's going to guard the big man Standback, but before that happens, they're going to take a timeout to talk it over as Pikeville. They're leading at 29-21. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, Bulldogs trailing the Bears 29-21 here at home with 6:13 left here in the first half. Wesleyan Jung going to bring it up the floor. Pikeville led by as many as 9. But now that lead at 8 with Wesleyan a chance to cut into it. Here's Jones, quick dribble, crossover, gets to the left side of the rim, and it just falls off the left side.
That's 3. Look like they're going down and just roll out.
Coach Stone joked about the lid finally coming off in the St. Andrews game. It looks like it's back on for the Bulldogs. Trailing the play, missed layup. Jones might have affected the shot. Here's Wesleyan's Young, kicks it out to Hurst. Hurst into the lane. Pump fake, gets his defender in the air, trying to create the contact, but no call. Missed the shot to the right. Warwick's going to bring it up. Jones shadows him. Stand back, top of the key, and it is McPherson guarding him. That's just a pure size, trying to body right there. McPherson gets the rebound. He'll clear it out. 5:14 to go. Still an 8-point game. McPherson sets a screen. Young can't do anything with it. Now Jones, he'll pull the 3 from the right side, and it's in for Nashawn Jones. High arcing shot and drills it. 5 points is the separation between the two teams now. Ball poked away, and Jones on the other end is going to get called for the foul. Trying to poke it away from behind, and it's going to be 2 shots coming from Warwick's.
So even though he's on the season a 64% free throw shooter, he's shot them well today.
Yep, he has. He's very quick. Smaller guard, very quick though. Makes the first one. Back to a 6-point game, still just 2 possessions. Just requires a 3-point shots, but they'll make that a 3-possession game with that mate. Seven-point deficit. Young gets it to Jones near wing. Jones fakes the pass, now flips it out top. Far side, it ends up into the hands of Youngs. Quick shovel pass, it goes to McPherson. Drives in against Stanback. He's going to draw the foul there. That's one reason nobody sees that number anymore. It's hard to signal to the scores table. Now do the old 2 hands and then flip them around right there. So his first foul, team 3rd. Hurst to key it in for the Bulldogs. Long lob into Jones. 4.5 to go. Lob into Hurst. Hurst gets the shot. The Stanback was trying to close out, but Hurst able to get it. Bulldogs to within 5 once again. Now Thomas, though, answers quickly back. Transition defense hurting Wesleyan right there just a bit.
Their quickness is really obvious.
Here's West, right side. Jones between the legs, crossover. Now he'll flip it to his left to Young. Young, a little hesitation move. Low block, goes up strong, missed the shot though. McPherson trying to battle for the rebound. Him and Young both went after it, and they throw it to Pikeville. It's Cutlip with it on the far side, gets it to Thomas out front. Thomas working against West, trying to create the contact, and they're going to call him for the foul there, Peyton West.
I thought we had offensive first.
I agree.
I thought he was squared up and he went into his chest. Then he went up after he got some separation from the bump, and he drew the contact at that point. But I thought we had a charge first.
I agree. I thought that could have been the signal. Thomas makes the first one, though. 34-26. And there we will see number 5, Ty Runyon, local product from McMinn County High School, check in. Freshman guard. Second free throw for Thomas is short. Runyon gets the rebound. They'll bring it up the floor. Here's West, right wing. Gets it to McPherson in the corner. Top of the key, it's Runyon with it. A lot of guards out here with Runyon, West, and really Jones. They've all ran the point position a lot. West getting double team, looking for help. Lob down to Hurst. Gets behind the defender and gets the 2-shot foul coming his way.
Not sure how we got that ball there, but we'll take it.
I don't either.
Pass coming off the right wing to the left block.
That's
There's a lot of hands it passed on the way.
Dangerous lob. I think that's what U-Pike's bench was wanting, the foul call over the back on Hurst. He does make the first one here, though. 34-27. Wesleyan gets Hardrick back in for McPherson. Now they're calling out who's getting who after a substitution. Both teams really trying to adjust, and Hurst makes both of them. Gotta knock all the free throws down you can. Warwicks quickly up to Cutlip, left side. Throws an elbow into the chest of West and scores.
West has given up the baseline 2 times now. He's got to turn on back to the middle of the floor where he's got some help.
Runyon with the ball. Swings it left side to West. Ball fake, now they lob it into Hurst. Hurst pump fake, gets Cutlip in the air. Reverse layup, no good. Missed shot, now U-Pike throws it straight to Jones.
Trying to throw it to his teammate, and he never saw it.
Hardrick takes the 3 and drills it. Transition bucket there for the Bulldogs, gets them to within 5, 36-31. 2:35 to play. First half action. Now Jones gets another steal. It's 2-on-1 break. Jones, Euro step across the lane. Layup on the right side is good, and that's going to force the timeout from U-Pike. Bulldogs back to within 3 with 2:22 to play. With full timeout on the court, we'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here at James L. Robb Gymnasium, Bulldogs to cut this lead, which was as many as 9 at about the 7 or 8 minute mark, and Bulldogs have cut it down to 3. U-Pike with the ball, though, out of the timeout. See what they can do here offensively, but the Bulldogs trying to buckle down defensively. Hardrick out there as well, trying to stay with Standback. Now Bunch has it. Bunch looking to pass it. Kind of some awkward dribbles right there. Now the lob down inside. Shovel pass over to Thomas. Gets blocked out of bounds. Good help defense there by Peyton West.
5 on the shot clock.
It'll be keyed in by Thomas. Long lob into the backcourt. Goes to Warwicks. Shot clock to 2. Bunch going to take the 3 as it's winding down. Missed it. Runyon with a good backside rebound. Runyon, left side it goes to Jones. Wesleyan can tie it up. Here's West. Warwick's right there on him. Not going to be able to get an open look. It's Hardrick on the right side. Finger roll just short on the rim. Not the best looking shot.
No, it wasn't.
Left side, Cutlip. Back to Warwicks it goes. Warwicks shifting. Standback setting some hard screens. Wesleyan trying to fight through him. He'll get it on the lob into the paint. Takes a layup on the right side after he goes baseline. Just that first step, Coach, you've mentioned it. He's got it and quickly gets free on the baseline. Jones with it on the right side. 1:05 to play in the first half. 38-33 our score. U-Pike in front. West gets fouled going up.
Seems to be the team sort of patented move. A little bit of a hesitation or a spin and then head to the baseline, and we're taking the fake or the hesitation every time. Not cutting off the baseline.
Peyton West draws that foul against Thomas, his first, team fifth, and so Peyton West will step to the line, 75%. And he gets that one to bounce a few times and fall in.
Kind roll off the front rim.
He'll step in for the second one. And it's good. So we go back to a three-point game. Far side, it's Thomas. He'll hand it off to Cutlip. Now Warwick's the guard, gets it. Runyon trying to poke it away there from Thomas. Thomas and Stanback are definitely the two that played the most aggressive for U-Pike. As soon as they get it, their first steps are quick. There's Thomas. No-look pass intercepted there by Jones, his third steal of the game. Going in against Stanback, and he finger rolls it over the front. We're to a one-point deficit. 38-37 with under 25 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Got to think U-Pike's going to hold this for the last shot.
Sure.
They've led by as many as 9. Wesleyan battling back against the number 1 team, or tied for the first place in the AAC standings. U-Pike Bears, first trip to James L. Robb. Clock at 4. It's Bunch with it. Spin move on the baseline, short. He's going to airball it at the buzzer. And what a comeback here in the first half by the Bulldogs. Again, they've trailed and just by 9 and hovered in that 7 to 8, 9 range for many times, but finally come back and have it to within 1 at the halftime break, trailing U-Pike 38-37. Bulldogs get the last 4 points of the half to cut it down to that 1-point deficit. But nonetheless, we will see what the second half can entail, because we saw the U-Pike women make adjustments in the second half. Just
very true.
Hope the Wesleyan men can keep adjustments on their end in their favor. So right now we're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back here with some stats on the first half. Back in 2 minutes from James L. Robb. Back here at James L. Robb Gymnasium, we're at halftime between Tennessee Wesleyan and University of Pikeville. The Bears leading this one 38-37. Wesleyan did hold a lead about 4 minutes into this game when they were up 7-6, but we got tied a couple of times at 4 and at 9. Pikeville regained their lead 11-9 and then went on their way to being up by as many as 9 with about 8 minutes left in this first half. The Wesleyan battled back, chipping away at the lead here and there, knocking down some big clutch shots, also some defensive steals. Jones, with 3 of them to his credit thus far, got 3 big steals that turned into some good points for the Bulldogs. and cut this one back down to 38-37 where we stand at halftime. Again, Wesleyan trying to get into some momentum before the Christmas break. They've got a couple of more conference games. Pikeville trying to stay at the top of the conference standings with only one loss. And Wesleyan is going to have another 20 minutes to fight through this one. Pikeville very physical inside. Standback has been a guy that has been able to take it off the dribble, the first step from the top of the key. He's made some baseline moves to get free. And so he currently leads them with 12 points, along with Warwick's has 7 and Keontae Thomas has 7. So those are their 3 leading scorers and kind of what they're relying on here. For Wesleyan, it's been Ty Hurst. You talked about it, Coach. We've been looking for him to get going. He finally does. Here in the first half for Wesleyan has kind of been a bright spot, creating a lot of stuff off the dribble for himself and scoring in the lane against a physical team.
Yeah, I've been looking for him to break out a little bit, and I thought he was a little bit of the difference there in that first half, leading us in scoring 4 of 8 from the field and 1 of 2 on threes, 2 for 2 at the free throw line for 11 points. And then Jones coming off the bench has 7 for us. That's our second highest score. I thought the rebounding was interesting. We're out rebounding a bigger team, 22-17, but our leading rebounders are both guards. Amari Young and Peyton West have 4 and 3 respectively. So I'm not sure what that says.
Well, maybe some long rebounds, we'll say. That could be it. Guards getting the rebounding.
We didn't shoot it well early, but by the end of the half, our shooting statistics were much better. We're back up where we were at the end of the game the other night against St. Andrews. You're 46.7 from the field, 50% on threes, 5 of 8. Like to make another free throw or 2 at the free throw line, but the shooting has improved a little bit, and both teams only have 4 turnovers apiece, which is a little bit surprising considering how up and down the game is.
Yeah, and 4 of those have been, or 3 of the 4 have been thrown straight to Jones for Wesleyan.
That's true.
So he's looking for more of those in the second half, and some of it just fast break option. You know, they're trying to hit it quickly on the outlet. U-Pike is, as you talked about, they're very fast-paced up and down team. Wesleyan is too. U-Pike's just kind of shown a little bit more ability to transition on both ends of the floor thus far, but Wesleyan able to kind of climb back into this one again, trailing 38-37 at halftime. And we're just going to stay here and talk. We don't have a player lined up for halftime, but one thing that's coming up after the first of the year that was just announced is the Hall of Fame class induction coming up. It used to be something that was done around homecoming every year, but his last, few years is the Hall of Fame member beside me can allude to this. So we're going to talk Hall of Fame a little bit. It's kind of been transitioned more to the basketball time frame of this year. And so a new class is being inducted for Tennessee Wesleyan coming up in January. We'll have that, they'll have the ceremony and all that here. But Coach, talk a little bit about kind of the Hall of Fame selection and the process that kind of goes into adding people in many facets to this Hall of Fame class for Tennessee Wesleyan.
I've had the honor of chairing that committee since the passing of Jim Dotson. Jim was a longtime chair of the Hall of Fame committee, and I've been honored to chair it since his passing a few years ago. The process is for nomination is multifaceted. Coaches nominate. Anyone can nominate. We get a lot of nominations from alumni through the Alumni Association. That's where the majority of our nominations come from. But certainly coaches can nominate former players. The committee themselves can bring nominations to the group to be considered. We normally meet in late spring, early summer to consider those nominations. And so they will, depending on what our time frame is, we'll sometimes meet in April and then come back again in August and see if we've got anything new or to rehash what we did at the first meeting. And we moved away from homecoming because of the size of crowds that we were getting. It was making it difficult to have the homecoming activities. The homecoming back one in the evening in cooperation with the Hall of Fame was just too much. It was too large. It was too long. And so we moved away. We've been doing it in November, but this year decided to move to January with with that induction. We do it around basketball games, so it gives us opportunity to introduce them in front of the public at a basketball game prior to the induction in the Hall of Fame that evening.
And a lot of it, there's on the right side of the gym, or what we would probably consider the Depot Hill side of the gym if you're here at the gym, everybody gets an 8x10 photo hung up in the Hall of Fame. So that is the Hall of Fame, and it's literally a hall down James L. Robb. And so you can look through there and see the history, and there's players, there's coaches, yourself included, but there's also community members that have been elected into the Hall of Fame. Good friend Johnny Kaufman has been in the Hall of Fame for a number of years. And deservedly so. And so this year's class got announced this week, and so it's the 2023 class, and it features some familiar names, and one of them I was given a hard time to today about it. And of course, Donnie Mayfield, the athletic director here at Tennessee Wesleyan, started out as a trainer, but has done many different things, also teaching a little bit, I believe, as well. So I gave him a hard time. I said, it's kind of bad when the AD has to, sneak his name in there in the Hall of Fame ballot, but he also gets to go in with his wife, Angie, who is going in for women's soccer. So that's also, I know, going to be a good honor for them to be recognized as well. Then Tori Thompson's going in for men's basketball. Candace Brownfield has been elected as a softball member. And then Naomi Clark Colorava, who was a longtime women's soccer coach while I was here working. She has since moved on to coaching elsewhere, but she's going to get recognized for her success as a women's soccer coach and the skills she brought to Tennessee Wesleyan over the years. And it was always great to get to talk to Naomi through the years and work with the soccer team and everything they did. And then something that got added a few years ago was the team of honor, that you all recognize those special teams, and it looks like the 96-97 men's basketball team is going to get recognized. And
they were one of the first teams to go to the national tournament under NAIA Division II status. Coach Adams was the coach at that time, and Tori Thompson played on that team. And so we thought with Tori going in, it'd be nice to bring his teammates in to be honored as well.
In your time, obviously you've been inducted into numerous Hall of Fames. Of course, you are one of 4 associated with Tennessee Wesleyan in the NAIA Hall of Fame. That includes the late, great Dwayne Farmer, inducted in '86. Jack Bowling, also a late legend that we had here. He was inducted in 1990. And then, of course, Bobby Davis, who played basketball here at Tennessee Wesleyan, he was inducted in 2014. You've been the latest in 2019. What does that mean for you? I mean, you've had it at multi-levels now, being in the Wesleyan Hall of Fame as well. What does that mean to you to be chosen to be in a Hall of Fame?
Well, professionally, it's the greatest honor I've ever had. To even be considered, to be nominated was an honor, and to be inducted for my coaching and my service to the NAIA was certainly an honor to me. And it is the epitome of what I feel like I've been able to accomplish professionally here in my 42 years of wrestling.
And accomplish it in multi-facets. I mean, you were a longtime athletic director on top of coaching women's basketball. Then you've taken over women's golf. You've served as interim president. I don't know that there's too many jobs you haven't had at Tennessee Wesleyan.
Well, people say it and actually clean the bathrooms, and if you're the athletic director, you actually have to do that sometimes too. So, yeah, I have done a little bit of everything, including janitorial work.
Let's talk about women's golf real quick. It's getting too cold to play golf and too wet, but your women's team has had some success this fall, winning at least one timeout and having the medalists there. So talk to us a little bit about how the women's golf team's doing.
Pretty well. I've told people for years that we're young and we're going to get better, but we got 4 seniors this year, so I can't tell people that we're a young bunch anymore. So we had a good fall. We scored about where I expected us to. If we can break 320, which is an 80 average, so that means if you're breaking 320, you've got some scores in the 70s. And when we shoot under 320, then it's a pretty good round for us. That's where we are right now. We were fortunate to win our last tournament of the fall down at Knob North in Whitfield County. It's a tournament that Alice Lloyd out of Kentucky sponsors and puts on, but they do it at Knob North. And we played well. We didn't play great, but we played well. And like I told Coach Brooks when he congratulated me on the win, I said, sometimes you don't have to be good, you just got to be better than everybody else.
That's it. That is it. And I know you've got players from all over. One player I've gotten to know is Sophie, who hails from overseas in Denmark.
Yeah, Denmark,
and so I've joked that she helps work the baseball games some up in the score or the press box up there. And so we've kind of joked back and forth and talking about how playing in East Tennessee is much different than playing back home in Denmark.
No question. I think today would be a great day for her in Denmark. She loves to play in the rain. The rest of them have no idea what she plays in most of the time, and they don't have any desire to play in the weather that she enjoys. But the courses themselves, the condition of the course, the flatness of the course. Denmark's country made up of just a multitude of small islands that are so everything's pretty much seaside and flat. And so, it's much different for her here. She had to get used to, every year she has to get used to the humidity and the heat and the heels.
Much different. Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time for this halftime interview. We're talking Hall of Fame and women's golf as we get set to start this second half. Let's go ahead. Halftime clock's winding down, so we'll take another break. Let's take a 30-second break, and then we'll be back for the start of the second half here from James L. Robb Gymnasium. Back here at James L. Robb Gymnasium, we get set for the second half of action. Wesleyan has battled back against the top-seeded U-Pike Bears. Currently, they've got a 1-point lead over the Bulldogs. Wesleyan's going to have their starting five in Reed, Pride, Hurst, McPherson, and Young out there. Coach Stone still giving them a pep talk, along with Coach Compton giving his Bears a pep talk as well. And I fully expect their starting five to come back out. We'll see. Coach, rebounding was a big key. You alluded to it. 5 rebound advantage for the Bulldogs is not something we really expected to see after the first couple of ways the possessions were going, but Bulldogs rebounding very well against a good physical team. And
you're going to have to. You have to defend better and rebound well.
So it will be U-Pike ball to start. And of course, they will have their starters back out there. And they give out the signal. Warwick's trying to call Dillon around. Dillon now runs to the near corner. There's a guy that likes to post up in the corner, and that's where he went. He's got it on the wing.
We were showing a 2-3 look, but it wasn't. It was man. They were looking to adjust, and first pass, of course, we're man, and they come back out of what they were looking at.
Dillon opens, though, with a 3 for U-Pike. So they will start second half with a big shot from outside. Left him open. He's a shooter. Here's Young trying to get it back to McPherson. He has to chase it down. Pump fake gets his defender in the air, goes in. Pump fake again, goes up strong, missed it. Dillon comes down with it. Low dribble, trying to get away. Transition, he'll circle it back out front to Thomas. Thomas to Bunch, now back to Thomas. It comes around the top of the key. Thomas gets a screen from Standback. He'll pick and roll. Luckily, they didn't feed it off the pick and roll. Instead, Thomas knocks down their second 3 from the left wing. Almost identical spot of Dillon's 3.
This looks eerily like the women's game.
Yes. Starting out, knocking down the long ball and building the lead up. Here's Young, right side of the lane. Euro step free, off the glass is good. Wesleyan's first field goal is from the point guard and Young. Now no transition defense back, at least none that could get Thomas stopped. They extend their lead right back to 7. Far side, it's Reed with it. Around a screen from McPherson, gets him on the pick and pop. McPherson's 3, no good. Hurst trying to battle for the rebound. Throws it straight to Thomas. They're gonna have an advantage. Young trying to cut Thomas off. He stops it momentarily. Warwick's with it, now back to Thomas. Near corner, Dillon. Wanting to get it down low to Standback. Thomas flips it to his right. Around the screen, Dillon knocks down the jumper. Quick timeout by Coach Ray Stone trying to stop the bleeding here. His ball club is down 9. And that matches the largest deficit of the game. Full timeout on the court. Bulldogs trailing 48-39. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here, courtside, Dwayne Farmer Court. And the Bears have come out shooting well from behind the arc, knocking down a couple of big threes. They've got their lead back to 9, 48-39. Wesleyan with it out of the timeout. It's Young. Wesleyan still waiting to see something going offensively. Hurst, he's the guy leading them the way through the first half. Feeds it to a cutting Reed. Reed, hook shot in the lane, short. Thomas
Offensively,
with it.
we're starting out the way we started out the first half.
Moving screen called right there on stand back. And Wesleyan will regain possession. That's their first foul for the Bears. Young up the far side. 3 minutes played in the second half. Gives it over to Reed. Now Hurst, right side on the elbow. Pump fake gets free for the lay-in on the right side. Great job by Ty Hurst. 7-point lead for U-Pike now. This is kind of the
defensive stops. Get back in this a little bit.
Kind of the breakout game we were hoping from Hurst. Pokes it away right in front of the U-Pike bench. Shot clock will stay at 16. Thomas going to key it in, trying to throw it over Reed. Throws it around him to Warwicks. Stand back coming to set a screen. Young trying to fight through it. They find Thomas in the near corner, open for 3, missed it. Rebound tipped up. Hurst able to intercept it. Hurst has it, doesn't have numbers. He's going to take it all the way in, though, get blocked by Standback. Skied for that one. Dillon has it in transition, gets it to Thomas. Now Warwick's right wing, goes inside. A lot of contact, no whistle. Pride cleans up the defensive glass. Now Young trying to take it all the way in. Lets everybody get in front of him, and he scores the floater. 48-43, Bulldogs trailing. They get back defensively better this time. Or at least U-Pike stops their transition.
Yeah, we were able to shut it down that time. They were looking to get another quick transition basket off of Make.
Bunch misses it. Rebound battle for Hurst has it. He and Stanback's legs were tied up as Pride and Stanback's arms were tied up. McPherson, far corner 3. In and out it goes. Offensive rebound by Reed. Reed off the glass and good. Wesleyan to within 3 once again. Almost 5 minutes played here in the second half. Young trying to steal it. Crowd coming into it now. They're gonna either call a foul or Hurst took a elbow to the mouth. Foul's on 30 when he Ty Hurst when he took one to the lip, but
he sort of violated his space there. Sort of got into him. I thought a no call. I thought a no call. Let's take it out of bounds.
I thought after the 2 officials here in the back were going to have a conversation about it. That's what it would have become. But Wesleyan with one foul. Hurst picks up his second. Stand back at the high post. Dribbles it to the right. Spins into Pride. Kicks out Thomas. Near corner three. No good. Pride had it. It somehow scooped out to Hurst. Hurst on the 3-on-2 break. Kicks it out to Young for three. Got it. Amari Young ties this one up at 48 all, and that forces the timeout by U-Pike. And the Bulldog faithful come alive here as we are tied up. U-Pike and Wesleyan 48 all. Timeout on the court. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Campus of Tennessee Wesleyan University, Junior Wright, Coach Stan Harrison here for this AAC matchup. First time in 10 years these two men's teams have faced off. Go back to 2013, U-Pike won it on their home floor. Wesleyan trying to do the same here, trying to come back. Warwick's with it, guarded by Young. Reed and Young colliding with each other allowed Warwick's to get free to the far side. Now they get it to Bunch. Near side, it's Thomas. Coach Compton in frustration with his team right there. It's Dillon. He can knock down the outside shot. He'll pass it off to Bunch. Now to Warwick's. Warwick's goes inside. Inside out game. Stand back, traveled with it. Instead gets bailed out. He'll take the and one opportunity to the line. That's on Kobe Pride, his third. And all of Wesleyan's bench wanted the walk.
Take his fake from the top of the key. If that's a shot he wants to take, that's good. That helps us.
Yep.
But we take the fake and then we foul.
He does miss the and one opportunity. And the Wesleyan bench wanted a walk because he kind of shuffled his feet before.
That he did.
No whistle on that. Pride has it now, left side. Hurst with it. Bounces it across the top of the key to Reed. Now the push inside. And that one's going to be on number one, Bradley Bunch, his first.
It would be easy to say the Brady Bunch.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Bradley Bunch.
It's going to be Hurst to kid in underneath. That's what I was talking to Jay Reed about Kenny Anderson coaching at Fisk, and he didn't know who Kenny Anderson was. I was like, I feel old now.
Oh,
so he didn't know before he went to Fisk. Now he does. But Dillon open for three, misses it short. Long rebound corralled by Warwick's. Another offensive set here for the Bears. Behind his back dribble, gets free from Young momentarily. Now Dillon will draw a baseline from the corner.
To the shooter.
Bunch open, missed it. Reed will corral that rebound. He'll push it up the floor, middle of the court. Euro step. They're going to call it on Thomas, his second.
I guess that's a break for them. They converted the shot, but it's on the floor.
So Hurst, once again, he'll key it in under his own goal. Long lob into Young. 13:34 to play. 50-48. U-Pike in front of Wesleyan. Young open down the left side, and that's the best I've seen that double high screen work for Wesleyan all year.
Came off a high screen and absolutely nobody there. Defenders were both hugged up on the screeners.
Wesleyan wanting another travel call, can't get it. So we're tied up once again, the fourth time we've been tied today. U-Pike with the ball. Dillon, far side. Now he'll drive into the lane. Layup is good for Jeremy Dillon. And the Bears go back in front by two.
We don't have a lot of answers for him. Nice looking player.
Inside and out, he has shown he can score. Averages 8.5 a game. Now he gets a steal right in front of Coach Ray Stone, and he'll be out of bounds. Dillon's got 10 to his credit with 4 rebounds. Here's Young. Shot clock is at 15. Reed, left side, gets a screen from McPherson, pick and roll. It'll be Reed that rolls. Circus shot, no good, just another bad selection.
Yeah, they didn't get a good shot there.
Bunch doesn't have numbers. Instead, he'll give it to Thomas. Now stand-back drives. McPherson affects the shot out of bounds off of the Bulldogs, they'll say.
I think we're going to get that one overturned.
Yep, good call. That one gets overturned, and now Coach Compton's going to be upset, but Wesleyan will get the possession. Young, far side. 12:20 to go. 52-50 U-Pike in front. Same play, Young trying to get free. That time they covered it. Instead, McPherson steps back for a 3, missed it. Reed, big offensive board inside. Jay Reed, good presence inside. Knotted up at 52 all. Thomas trying to catch this one in transition. Goes up strong, missed it, tipped out. Hurst gets the rebound off the tip. 3-on-2 break. Reed loses the handle. Now U-Pike has the Snowbird and stand back. Stand back, throws it down one-handed. He's the benefactor of just trailing the play so far behind.
Yeah, I got 3-on-2. Just don't do a good job.
Lob down to Pride, double team, lets his defender jump. And we're knotted right back up. 54 all here. That is 4 straight ties Wesleyan has been able to do. Anytime U-Pike has gotten the lead. Jones coming back to the table for Wesleyan. These starters, some of them needing a breather. 11-13 to go. Warwick's drives, scores. I think Coach Compton wants a foul every time his player scores. I know coaches like to argue those, but man.
I'm not sure there has been a call go against him yet that was correct.
Bank shot by Ty Hurst from the elbow extended. 56 all. Thomas, though, quickly coming back down. Jump ball is going to be the call. Wesleyan's possession. Chance for the Bulldogs to take the lead. They're going to get West, Jones, and Hardrick back in, along with Lavorne. Now one of the assistants for U-Pike pleading one official while Coach Compton pleads the other. Wesleyan with it. West is going to have control, 56-56.
They won't normally listen to assistants. I was surprised he didn't set him down.
West comes to the left side. Lavorne falls down, lost the ball on the way down. Now Thomas with it. And U-Pike's going to get the timeout call after the scrap on the floor. 30 seconds on the timeout. So we'll be back from James L. Robb in 30 seconds. Knotted up at 56 all in the second game of the Appalachian Athletic Conference doubleheader from Tennessee Wesleyan. As the Bears from University of Pikeville are seeing just how tough this Bulldog team likes to battle. That's going back and forth. We've had 7 ties, 5 of them coming on each of the last Wesleyan possessions. Each of the times, 5 times Wesleyan has scored the last trips down, they have tied the ball game up. U-Pike, once again, chance to take the lead. Warwick's with it in the corner, double team. Standback loses the handle, regains it, pass deflected. Somehow he gets it back. Now Pride fouls him on the shot, and they're going to get him with the body, even though he got all ball. And so Wesleyan will pick up their 3rd foul, 4th for Pride. Stanback's going to step to the stripe. Manuel Ndombi coming back. Stanback misses it. So Pride will 10-13 left. He's going to set for a little while. 4 fouls. Stanback misses it. We stay knotted up. Jones battles Dillon and gets the defensive board. Jones gets it back to West. Standing on the Bulldogs' left ear at midcourt. They will flip it around to the right. Now bring it left side to Lavorne. Lavorne's got a tough test with Stanback guarding him. Jones looking, gets it inside. They've got a hold inside. That's Bunch. His second, team fourth. Stanback will exit and Toomba will come back in. Listed at 6'9". Against Manuel Ndombi, who is from Toronto, Canada, for the Bulldogs. Hardrick wanted to get it inside to Manuel. Now it's Jones. Gets a screen from Ndombi. Hardrick, top of the key, ball fake. Now he'll pass it up to Lavorne. Gets a screen, now he'll feed it till the pick and roll goes up. Gets blocked out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock. So Wesleyan will have to inbound this one and get something up quickly. Jones keying it in.
We'll get a foul call instead.
Yep, Warwick picks that one up. Team fifth, his first. And
we'll get you a new shot clock, at least 20 seconds.
Yep, that helps out. Now the lob in to Manuel Ndombi. Hardrick takes a deep three, airballs it. Lavorne with a big rebound on the backside. I'm sure he wants to count that as a pass, but West will have it.
I'm not sure Hardwick was aware of the reset.
Yep. Hardrick now drives left side, loses the handle, regains it, misses it, and Bunch pulls down the defensive board. 56 all still, under 9:15 to go. Lavorne going to pick up Dillon. He'll hand it off to Cutlip. Warwick's with the ball out near midcourt. Warwick's goes left side, down the paint, baseline heave. Cutlip has it, now he's in the middle of the lane, up and under, layup no good, and a late call. There's those late whistles. Manuel Ndombi gets that one. Team fourth. And so Cutlip will stand at the stripe, 62% shooter from Johnson City. Played his high school ball up at Science Hill. Connection to Wesleyan there is former basketball coach Mike Poe, spent some years at Science Hill, who just got named Tennessee PGA Player of the Year in golf. So congrats to Coach Poe.
Cutlip is a Johnson City name. He had some kinfolk play there, I'm sure.
So they break the tie with the free throws.
Former Science Hill coach after Coach Poe was Cutlip.
Probably very likely of the family connection right there.
I'd say so.
Hardrick with it, left wing, gives it to West. Now Ndombi inside, up off the glass. No good, no contact called.
He just broke to the basket. They had a hold of his jersey.
Here's Warwick's on the right side. Jones trying to steal it from him. Warwick's picks it up. Gets free for a moment. Good help defense there by Ndombi. Now a high screen. Cutlip, they send it near corner to Dillon. Dillon puts it on the floor. Wanting to get it down low to the big man and kick ball. Lavorne will kick that one and stops play. Also, shot clock will go back to 20. Quick break for Peyton West to tie up the Sneakers. 8:13 to play, 58-56 Bears in front of the Bulldogs. Now everybody going to check the Sneakers, it looks like. Dillon getting set to inbound it. He's standing almost against the wall. Quick inbounds to Bunch and gets free there.
Hardwick turned his head. Never saw him break to the basket.
Back to a 4-point lead for the Bears. Wesleyan with it. Far side, it's Jones. Walks it back towards the middle of the floor, gets it to Lavorne. Hardrick fakes the pass in. Now he'll dribble it to the middle of the court. Out front, it's West. Shot clock under 10. West drops it back. Hardrick long two, his foot was on the line. Ball tipped out at the last second by Jones. They stay with it. Hardrick goes in and gets fouled on the shot. That one's on Cutlip, his second, team sixth. And that's quick hands by Jones right there as the big man, Toomba, was bringing it down. Jones pops it away, and Wesleyan able to get the offensive rebound. Second chance. Hardrick, though, misses the first free throw. Got to knock down the free throws. Now 5 of 9 from behind the arc after that one gets logged. Does make the second one. Cuts it back to a one-possession game. 60-57. Here comes 4 of the 5 back out of the starters. Pride with those 4 fouls, probably going to sit longer. Jump ball is the call as Warwicks went down and Jones ties him up. It's going to keep it with the Bears, but that's at least going to allow Reed, McPherson, Hurst, and Young back in. Dombey will stay out there as the big man for the Bulldogs.
I was thinking they got the last one, but then I remember they got a timeout before the tie-up.
Now Cutlip, he grabs the mop. He's going to clean up the floor. So it'll be inbounded under the right side of the court by Dillon. Long lob into Bunch. Now here's Dillon, right wing, Reed guarding him. Dombey fighting down low with Toomba. Here's Warwick, shot clock at 7. Warwick's trying to take Young off the dribble, crossover, spin move. Gets 2 defenders in the air, and Wesleyan needed one of them to stay home, and they didn't.
Just stay on the floor, he's 5'7".
So 7 minutes to play, and they lead it by 5, 62-57. Near corner, Young with it. Calls off the pass. Works it back out front, calling for a screen. Now Reed had positioning inside. Got to throw it to him.
Yeah,
McPherson
he's got a huge mismatch.
goes up off the glass. No good. Reed gets the offensive board. Gets blocked from behind. Gets his own rebound. Goes up now and makes it from the opposite side. Jay Reed just willed that possession to himself.
Worked hard there to get that. He stayed after it.
Good physical play there by Jay Reed. Warwick's trying to slap the arm away of Amari Young. Young trying to get away from fouling him. Now inside. That one not called somehow, but Wesleyan comes away with another stop. 62-59, Young. We'll get it back out front to Reed. Standback going to come back to the scorer's table. Reed trying to get free. Here's Hurst, pulls the corner three-pointer, in it goes. We're knotted at 62 all. Once again, another tie. Wesleyan just needs a big stop here defensively. Cutlip bringing it up the floor. Pass out to Bunch. Everybody jumped at it. They had numbers for a second. Bunch gets tripped up. Cutlip drives in, now circles it back outside. Warwicks thinks about the shot. Gets a screen from Toomba. Now Dillon's going to take a deep three from the left side. Missed it. McPherson gets the rebound. Wesleyan with a chance to take the lead for the first time in the second half. They've been tied 5 times before this one, but Wesleyan never had the ball with a chance to take it on a good possession. And then they about throw it away. Reed on the far side. Goes baseline. And Dombey has to pick up the loose ball. 10 to shoot, 5 to play. Here goes Young, feeds it inside, pass deflected. Daniel ends up deflecting it over to Bunch in front of Hurst. Dillon now with it. Now baseline feed, Bunch left open. Ball tipped up and falls in. U Pike back in front by 2, 64-62. Drive by Reed, gets fouled. Let's see if they count it. I believe they're going to count it. Bucket is good, they say. That one is on Dillon, his third. Jeremy Dillon.
It's a bit of an NBA continuation.
That's why I was holding off, but Wesleyan now has them to 7 fouls, so they're in the 1-1 after this anyway. And it's knotted up at 64 all with Jay Reed at the stripe. And Reed makes it 65-64. Coach Stone wants a timeout to talk about this one. Timeout on the floor with the Bulldogs leading it by 1, 65-64 with 4:31 left. We'll be back in 60 seconds. WJSQ, WLAR, Athens, Tennessee. Jared Wright and Coach Stan Harrison here at James L. Robb Gymnasium, where the Bulldogs are in the lead for only the second time this evening. 65-64, 4:31 to play. U-Pike with the ball. They just took the lead off of the Jay Reed and one opportunity, and he converted it at the stripe. It's going to be Thomas bringing it up the floor, guarded by Young. Here's McPherson out on bunch, stand back, top of the key. Wesleyan's got big man Kobe Pride on the bench with 4 fouls, but Manuel Ndambi out there guarding stand back. Shot clock at 6. Stand back over to Cutlip. Cutlip's 3, no good. Young's got it. Chance for Wesleyan to extend their largest lead of the game. Here's Young in transition, goes up against stand back, missed it. Rebound battle for it, goes out of bounds to the Bulldogs. Shot clock stays at 23. Cutlip out, works quickly back in. Long lob into Young. He'll retreat behind the arc. Looks at Coach Ray Stone for the signal. 3:50 to go. Double high screen, he goes opposite side. Layup on the right side is good for Young. He knew they would cheat to that side, and he used the opposite side of the screen. Bulldogs in front by 3, their largest lead of the ball game. There's Young guarding Warwick's. Screen there from Standback, and it's just a physical screen. Extra pass, Dillon on the corner.
Shooter.
Tries to tie it up, missed
inside
it.
position to Standback.
Standback gets it, gets his own board again. His putback once again is good. To within 1 come the Bears. You're exactly right, Coach. He had them boxed out in the inside position for the big, and just kept putting it back up. McPherson holding it on the left wing. Now he'll move it to the middle. Sends it right wing over to Young. Under 3 to play. Wesleyan in front, 67-66. Here's Young. Dribbles in the middle of the lane. Looking for help out front. Shot clock violation. Runs them deep. Just couldn't get an open look. Kind of mishandled it there towards the end of that possession. So couldn't get a clean look at it. So they need a big defensive stand here. Warwick's going to walk it up. Shadowed by Young, like he has most of the night. Stand back, top of the key. Flips it to the left over to Dillon. Dillon, long bounce pass out of bounds. It goes to the Bulldogs. Forced
Pride
turnover
has
there.
not re-entered. I assume he likes what he's got in Ndambi.
I think he's been just as physical as he can with stand back. Coach Stone's liked it. Don't want to chance that 5th foul yet, although it's getting late. Young, far side, McPherson. Now Reed on the left wing. Throws it straight to Standback. And Ndambi and him miscommunicated.
Well, miscommunication, you're right.
He's wanting to set a screen, so passing a screen don't work out well. Pride now coming back to the scorer's table. Under 2 to play. Bunch with it.
Standback gets it down inside. I'd like to see a foul.
Top of the key, it's Dillon. He goes left side of the lane. They're quick, pass around. Now Thomas fakes the shot, then kicks it outside. Warwicks takes the three, missed it. McPherson battling for the rebound. Thomas fouls him, and then there's a foul. McPherson got him with one arm holding him and then swatted it, and I think that's what got the one arm holding him down.
Yeah, I think it did.
Might have got him on that one. So Wesleyan's going to get Pride and Jones back in as Thomas steps to the stripe. 58% shooter. Makes the first one, so we're knotted right back up at 67 all. Everybody coming out, Ndombi and McPherson. 1:35 to play, 67-67. Thomas can give the Bears the lead once again, but he missed it. Reed, defensive rebound. Young with
basket. We've been at 67 for a while.
Here's Young to the left side of the floor. Wanting to get it down to Pride. Top of the key, it goes to Hurst on a skip pass. Hurst stripped on the way up. Now Thomas dribbles around two defenders, or through two defenders. Minute 10 to play, 67 all. And Coach Compton calls the timeout to try to set this one up. 1:09 to play, and we're knotted up at 67 apiece. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
State about to back in.
Back here at Tennessee Wesleyan, Bulldogs and the Bears knotted up 67 all. And we've got 1:09, and that 1:09 might last a while the way this one's going back and forth.
It could.
Don't want to bring that upon us, but I'm just saying it's
67-64. We've got the lead, and we've not been able to do a whole lot offensively since.
Nope, that was at 3:40 mark, and cannot score yet. Pikeville has scored 3 straight. They're going to have it side out of bounds. Thomas inbounds it to the backcourt to Warwicks, guarded by Jones. So Pride, Jones, Reed, Young, and Hurst out there for the Bulldogs. Showing a 1-3-1 zone, I believe, is what it looks like.
It is.
And there's Jones at the top of it. Now Reed gets the steal and gets pulled there by Dillon.
And make free throws.
That was a quick anticipation there by Jay Reed. Jones at the top of that 1-3-1. That's going to cause some fits for Pikeville.
He grabbed him. There's a case for an intentional foul there.
Reed will step to the line. Knocks down the first one. Bulldogs back in front. 68-67. 53.8. Reed's second one off to the left. Stand back with the rebound.
Feel sure coach is going to take a timeout.
There they turn it over. He wishes he won. Somebody wishes they had that one. Bunch just never anticipated the pass was coming his way, and it sails out of bounds.
Bucket here would be huge.
43 seconds to go. Bulldogs in front by 1, 68-67. Warwick's all over him.
It's a hand check.
Young into the lane. Floater is good. Bulldogs in front by 3, 70-67. Under 30 seconds to go.
Find 5.
There he is. They try to get it to him. Bunch takes the 3, drills it, and we're knotted up. And a timeout on the court. As Bunch is the guy that knocks it down.
Yep.
And so it'll be Wesleyan's ball, 24.1.
Expected him to go to Dillon, number 5. They got it to him. We stepped to him pretty well. He kicks it to Bunch and knocks it down.
So we'll just stay here through this timeout. 24.1. Again, it's been a half of tie ball game. That is the, let's see, no, we are up to 9 ties that we have had in this half alone. So 2 in the first half, so you've had 11 ties in this ball game between the Bears, who are tied in the first place standings, and the Bulldogs of Tennessee Wesleyan, who are currently in 9th, in a tie for 9th. And they were in 12th on Wednesday night when they had a game, so 1 win bumped them up 3 spots. But now the Bulldogs will have it with 24.1, Coach, here. Wesleyan has 94 feet to go.
First thing you got to do is get the ball inbound.
Yep.
Next thing you got to do is get the ball in the front court.
Because UPike, if they foul, they're going to send Wesleyan to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah.
And so UPike's got to make the decision if they're going to play you straight up and hope for a turnover or overtime, or...
If I'm UPike, I'm playing straight up. I'm playing hard, aggressive defense, looking for a steal. We've turned it over a few times to them. If you're Wesleyan, you want to make sure to take care of the basketball and make sure you get, if possible, you get the last shot.
So for Wesleyan, it'll be Reed to inbound it. They've got Amari Young and Jones in the back court, Hurst and Pride in the front court.
No full court pressure, so that helps.
So Young will get it and the clock will start. 20 seconds to go. He's across the time stripe now with about 16 seconds to go. He's got Warwick's hand on him the whole time. Young with it, trying to get away. Pride sets a double high screen. Young trying to go down. And they call a foul on Warwick's. Said he shoved it, tripped him on the baseline. Coaching staff can't believe it for UPike. So Young will step to the stripe with a chance to give Wesleyan the lead with 4.2 remaining.
21, you get some people in.
73.3% shooter. So Young steps to the stripe. 1-on-1 opportunity, and he knocks it down. Bulldogs in front, 71-70. Knowing they've got some three-point shooters. Expect a timeout will be called after this.
Well, depends on whether Pikeville's got one or not.
Yep.
I don't think he has one.
Oh, he may
you
not.
don't want to call one and give them a chance to set something up.
They're
He threw it away. He might have made it.
Oh, wow. Came close. But the Bulldogs escape with victory. Wow.
That looked awfully good. He's running down the sideline. He gets the ball in the corner and just throws it up and goes in and out.
It was a prayer that almost got answered, but the Bulldogs come out victorious and earn the split 72-70. What a hard-fought win for this Bulldogs team and Coach Ray Stone and this club. They fought back into this one down by as many as 9 and come back. They fought through many, many ties in this game, 11 ties to be exact, and then come out victorious. Only Amari Young free throws at the end of the ball game. And that's clutch to step up there when you've had some missed free throws and knock those down. But as you said, they also avert it because you didn't want to let UPike get anything set up with 4.2 remaining. And they throw it to the corner as he's running down the corner, and it was Jeremy Dillon, who's been a great three-point shooter for him today, knocked down several, and just floats it up, and it literally goes in and out, and the Bulldogs come out victorious 72-70. So right now we're going to take a 2-minute break and then bring you some final stats and an interview with Coach Ray Stone, who will join us in just a few moments. But back from James L. Robb in 2 minutes.
responded. We didn't put our heads down, and we kept competing and didn't worry about the scoreboard and just kept playing hard.
A lot of physical play, calls on both ends not going coaches' ways.
Right.
Not that y'all ever get any calls that go y'all's way, but talk about the physical play inside. Kobe Pride picked up some foul trouble, but he battled tough in there against Stanback, who was a big physical guy, but also Emmanuel Ndombi came in. He played really good in kind of spelling there on Pride's night.
Yeah, that was one of the things I said to the team in halftime. You know, we got down in the first half, and we were down 1 at half with several guys with 2 fouls, and they forced us to get into our bench, but our guys stepped up and they were ready for their call, and they contributed and fought back into the game.
I think the biggest thing is you forced them into a lot of turnovers early, or there at the end of the first half. Mm-hmm. Jones stepping up, he had 3 of them. They threw straight to him.
Yeah.
And then down the stretch, they threw the ball away a couple of times.
Yeah.
But your guards seemed to play very well tonight, even though you lose the turnover battle, but protected the ball better than you have in some other games down the stretch.
And I haven't seen the final stat sheet. I knew we had 4 turnovers at halftime, which is good. But, you know, the way going back to what you said, we wanted to apply a lot of defensive pressure. They don't play a lot of guys, so we just want to kind of wear them down the stretch later in the game. You know, they're going to make their runs. They're a really good team, very disciplined, well coached. And I told our guys going into the game, we cannot make the mistakes that we've made early part of the season against a really good team because we'll pay for it. Some teams allow you to get back in it, but a team like them, they can bury you if you keep making mistakes.
They got the 3 ball going a little bit, but you do shoot better than them from behind the arc, 40% to 23.8. But then the rebounding stat, we kind of talked about it at halftime a little bit. You out-rebound them by 7, 39 to 32, which is key, especially against a physical team inside like they were.
Yeah, that was one of our objectives, one of our goals before the game. We knew we had to take care of the basketball, which we really didn't do that well. But it's been worse.
11?
It's
keep
been
it
worse.
under 15,
yeah.
Coach. You're okay.
Yeah, but we knew they were going to be physical. We knew we had to go ahead and rebound. We gave up a couple offensive boards late in that second half that kind of hurt us. They ended up scoring off of it, but we knew they were going to be physical. We knew we had to go in and rebound.
Even a couple of times they seemed to transition to both ends of the floor a little bit quicker, but your guys made adjustments when they needed to, and you knew the pace was going to be fast too.
Definitely knew it was going to be fast.